Humans are not good, they are merely weak. This single truth explains every betrayal you have ever endured. For centuries we have dressed our frailty in robes of virtue, yet beneath the silk lies the same trembling animal. I have watched men for decades, studied their masks in silence. What they call morality is nothing but fear wearing better clothes. The good man does not exist, only the weak man who has not yet been tempted enough. And temptation, my friend, always arrives. Consider the gentle neighbor who smiles each morning. Give him power, scarcity, or desire, and watch the mask dissolve. This is not cynicism. This is clarity earned through long observation. Humans do not choose evil. They simply surrender when strength fails. In the shadows of history, this pattern repeats without mercy. Empires rise on promises of virtue, then collapse under the weight of human frailty. Machiavelli understood. I have lived long enough to confirm his cold wisdom. Men are ungrateful, fickle, liars, and deceivers when their weakness is exposed. They love you only while you are useful. When utility ends, so does their affection. This truth is uncomfortable because it strips away every comforting illusion. Yet only those who accept it begin to see clearly. Context reveals the architecture of our self-deception. Civilization itself is an elaborate theater built to hide collective weakness. We created laws not because we are just, but because we fear one another. We preach love because hatred comes too easily. Every noble ideal is a shield against our own nature. Charity, compassion, forgiveness, all elegant names for strategic weakness. The strong do not need these virtues. The weak require them desperately to survive among other weak creatures. Observe children before society fully corrupts them. Even they grasp for advantage the moment they sense vulnerability in others. The infant cries not from love of justice, but from raw need. We never truly outgrow this mechanism, only refine its presentation. Now enters the inevitable conflict within every human heart, the war between the image we sell and the creature we actually are. You want to be good, yet every day small compromises reveal your frailty. You remain silent when speaking would cost you comfort. You smile at those you despise because confrontation demands strength you lack. This is the quiet battlefield where most souls surrender. The conflict deepens when desire conflicts with principle. How quickly virtue evaporates when real stakes appear. A man swears eternal loyalty until a better offer arrives. A woman speaks of unconditional love until security is threatened. These are not monsters. They are simply humans encountering the limits of their strength. Weakness, not wickedness, dictates their choices. Escalation begins the moment pressure increases. Small weaknesses compound into spectacular failures of character. The loyal employee betrays his mentor when promotion beckons. The devoted friend spreads rumors when jealousy finds fertile ground. Crowds become mobs when fear removes restraint. Nations abandon treaties when power shifts. Watch how quickly principled men abandon principles under sufficient incentive. The higher the pedestal of virtue, the harder the fall. This escalation is predictable because human nature is consistent. We are not evil by design. We are fragile by design. The strong survive. The weak rationalize, and rationalization is the true mother of all moral systems. Revelation arrives like cold water on fevered dreams. There is no inherent goodness waiting to be discovered in mankind. What we call good is merely weakness that has not been sufficiently provoked. Remove the props of comfort, and the performance ends. This knowledge is liberating once you stop resisting it. You cease expecting saints and begin navigating reality. People reveal themselves not through their words, but through their weaknesses. Study what they fear. Study what they desire when unobserved. The mask slips in moments of fatigue, anger, or opportunity. In those cracks, the true architecture of their soul appears. You begin to see patterns invisible to the naive. Every relationship, every alliance, every promise carries its expiration date. Revelation brings both sorrow and power. Sorrow for lost illusions, power for those who accept truth. Transformation begins the moment you internalize this reality. You stop demanding goodness from others and start managing their weakness. Your expectations adjust, your strategies sharpen. You become less disappointed and more effective. You learn to offer incentives rather than demand virtue. You build systems that account for human frailty instead of praying for perfection. Compassion changes form. You understand rather than condemn. Yet understanding does not mean surrender to manipulation. You guard your own weaknesses more carefully now because you know others are watching for the same cracks. Strength is cultivated quietly in the shadows of this knowledge, not through pretending to be good, but through refusing to be weak. You speak less and observe more. Promises are measured carefully because you understand their fragility. Relationships become clearer, cleaner, sometimes colder. Yet they are built on reality rather than beautiful lies. You lead differently. You follow more wisely. Power flows toward those who see humans as they are. The transformed mind no longer seeks universal love. It seeks useful alliances grounded in mutual self-interest. This is not darkness. This is maturity earned through painful honesty. The world has always operated this way. Only now you see the mechanism. Payoff comes as quiet mastery over your own life. You navigate the human landscape with eyes wide open. Betrayal stings less because you anticipated its possibility. Kindness surprises you pleasantly when it appears. You waste less energy on moral outrage and invest more in strategic clarity. Peace arrives not from illusion, but from acceptance. Others sense your grounded presence. They respect what they cannot easily manipulate. Weakness fears those who have transcended it. You become the exception by refusing the common delusion. While others chase virtue, you cultivate strength. This path is lonely at first. Truth often is. Yet loneliness with clarity beats comfortable self-deception. In the end, humans remain weak, but you no longer need them to be good in order to move effectively among them. You understand the game. You play it consciously. And in that consciousness lies your quiet advantage. The world will continue its endless performance of goodness. Let them perform. You will watch from deeper understanding. Offer help where it serves mutual benefit. Withdraw it the moment it becomes exploitation. Speak truth sparingly and only to those ready to receive it. Most prefer their comforting chains. Build your life on observable patterns rather than hoped-for virtues. Results will validate this approach. Remember always, they are not evil, they are simply weak, and weakness is predictable. Use this knowledge without cruelty. Wisdom need not be weaponized against the fragile. Protect your own vulnerabilities while studying theirs. Balance grants longevity in this game. The strong do not boast of strength. They simply demonstrate it through unshakable calm. This calm comes only from seeing clearly. Humanity will never evolve beyond its fundamental frailty. Civilization merely manages it with increasingly sophisticated theater. Your role is not to change human nature. Your role is to stop being its unconscious victim. In this acceptance, you find peculiar freedom. No more exhausting pursuit of impossible ideals. You deal with what is rather than what should be, and dealing with reality is the ultimate power. The weak will call you cold for this understanding. Let them. Their judgment cannot touch you. You have stepped beyond their moral theater. The stage lights no longer blind your vision. Live deliberately. Choose your weaknesses with care. Fortify them against those who would exploit. Offer calculated mercy, strategic loyalty, measured trust. These are the currencies of the awakened. The payoff is a life of fewer illusions and greater results. Peace born from truth rather than denial. You walk among humans without hatred or naive love. Only quiet, penetrating comprehension remains. This comprehension is your unseen armor. It turns their weakness into your quiet advantage. Never forget how easily the mask falls. Keep your own mask only when necessary. The game continues. The players remain the same, but now you play with open eyes. Strength is not loud. It is steady. It is the refusal to be surprised by human frailty. In this steady gaze, you find dignity the weak will never know. True dignity requires facing reality without flinching. The curtain falls on every illusion eventually. Better to lower it yourself than have it ripped away. Humans are not good. They are just weak. Accept this, and you accept the world as it truly is. From acceptance comes mastery. From mastery comes peace. Not the naive peace of the dreamer, but the earned peace of the observer. This is the final gift of seeing clearly. Carry this truth lightly. Share it rarely. Live it daily. The weak will always need their stories of inherent goodness. Let them have their stories. You have something better. You have truth, and truth, in the end, is the only reliable foundation. Walk forward without illusion, yet without bitterness. This balance is rare and powerful. Humanity will continue its dance of pretense. You will move among them differently now. Calmer, sharper, more effective, less surprised, more prepared. This is the quiet revolution that no one will notice, yet it changes everything for you. Humans are not good. They are just weak. Remember this when they disappoint you. Remember this when they surprise you with kindness. Both reactions stem from the same source. Weakness can produce both harm and occasional beauty. Understand the root, and you understand all branches. Your journey through this truth ends where real power begins. Not power over others, but power over your own reactions. In that sovereignty lies everything worth having: freedom, clarity, strength. The performance of goodness will continue on the world stage. Take your seat in the audience with open eyes. Applaud when deserved, remain silent when expected, but never forget what you have seen. This knowledge is ancient. I merely remind you of what you already sensed. Now you can no longer unsee it. Use it wisely. Use it coldly when necessary. Use it with the detached compassion of one who truly understands. Humans are not good. They are just weak. And in that weakness lies both their tragedy and your opportunity. The choice is yours. Remain asleep with comforting lies or awaken to strategic truth. Most will choose sleep. You already sense the other path. Walk it without apology. Live it without illusion. In the end, this is the only honest way to move through the world of men.